It's going to be the topic of everybody for the next year. I'm already sick of talking about it, honestly. It's like my profits look the same. And at that point, a lot of people turn around and scale down. It doesn't always have to be this dramatic downfall, but you're always going to see ROAS go down as you scale.
Don't just know your numbers, but know the why behind it too.
I don't want to work with robots. And most people want to work with other people. No one has a job anymore. Everyone's
out of
is
work.
Useless.
There's no such thing as a marketer. Go find a new job. You guys are sitting on the edge of your seat. You have no
We're still
idea.
going to talk about it to you guys, so I'm sorry. You're probably sick of it by now too.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Unstoppable Marketer Podcast. With me, as always, sitting to my left is Mark Goldhart, my lovely co-host. How are you, sir?
Good.
Your hair is just, you got a mane right now.
Do I? I know.
Yeah.
I need to cut it.
If you're not watching this.
I had some people ask me last week about my hair, like what the reason was. And I was like, just laziness.
Laziness is the reason.
Just laziness. I look at it and I think, oh, I'd have to call someone, set an appointment, go there.
There's a barbershop in our office here.
Yeah, there is. I'm busy when I'm here.
Make friends with them.
Whole hour.
Have you used the barber here?
They're good. No, they're good though.
Really?
I have used them before.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
I shave, I cut my hair once a week.
I cut my hair twice a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I just buzz it.
I gotta go
every Sunday.
short again.
Or Saturday. Just depends on what I got going on. Saturday, Sunday.
I just let my hair, it has its own seasons.
It's got a mind of its own.
Just helps connect me to the earth.
All right. What's happening in e-commerce? Let's actually not start there. Let's start with a good client win. And then, because what's happening in e-commerce is going to be the topic of the podcast today. So
it's going to be the topic of everybody for the next year.
Yes.
So
client win.
I'm already sick of talking about it, honestly, but
I am too. And I'm sick of reading about it.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah. You guys are sitting on the edge of your seat. You have no
We're still going to
idea.
talk about it to you guys, so I'm sorry. You're probably sick of it by now too.
Our take on it. Client win is financial modeling.
Financial models.
Let's talk about financial models. Let's first talk about a very common misconception to how we set our goals. Do you like that?
Yes.
So what a common thing that happens when we work with clients is that they will oftentimes come to us and say, I can't win unless I have a 3 ROAS or a 4 or 2.5 or whatever. And they just throw that number out. And a lot of times there's not a lot of thought behind it. Maybe they put a little bit of data behind it, like, oh, well, if I'm spending at my normal ad spends, this is all I can do.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with that is we have discovered that when brands do that, they're oftentimes just like, what's the saying? Cutting your legs out from under you?
Yeah, or putting the trees in front of the forest.
Can't see the forest through the trees?
Mm-hmm.
They're selling themselves short. They're hindering their own growth by setting a
Stealing from Peter to pay Paul.
Should we keep going with those? Yeah, they're setting themselves up for failure, essentially, when doing that. Failure of growth failure, I should say. Because they could still be profitable at that number in a way that works really good for them. So talk about financial modeling and how this has been successful for some of our clients as of lately.
Well, I think we have to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
The beginning being, what is meta? And different channels play different roles in your marketing stack. But I think Meta is often confused as an efficiency platform and not a scaling platform. Meta is set up, especially the more algorithmic it gets, it's set up as a scaling platform.
Yeah.
Meaning optimal reach to the optimal people, but not necessarily hyper-focused targeting.
Sure.
Okay, and that's because Meta is also evolving its entire user experience from a consumer perspective in how people consume content. So the way people used to consume was chronological, and it's moving ever so more into an algorithmic content feed, meaning they're trying to get people to stay. They want people to be on the actual platforms for as long as possible and come back to those platforms.
Yep.
So the kind of content you serve has to
Fit
really
within
help
those.
them reach that goal as well.
Yep.
It's not just reaching your goal.
Yes.
But nonetheless, what happens is people often try to get into Meta and say, I want a 5 ROAS. I'm just making a number up here, but let's just say 5 ROAS. I want a 5, and that's how I'm going to get to X profit and whatever, and I'm only willing to spend $2,000. But you're selling yourself short, because you could spend, if you're spending $1,000 a day at $30,000 at a 5 ROAS, it's like, okay, well, that's great. You know, you spent $30,000 at a 5, that's $150,000 of revenue and whatever the profit margin is.
Yep.
That could be great. But then what happens is, as they start scaling, they're going to often see that ROAS go down, and that ROAS goes down for a few reasons. One is you're just reaching more mass market. So you're going to start reaching more people up the funnel than just people who are ready to buy now. It could also mean that you had some organic presence that you weren't accounting for, that was also contributing to this blended ROAS that was making your ads look better than they were. So there's a few factors, but let's just say generally you're going to see a ROAS dip as you start scaling.
Yep.
And that's where a lot of people freak out is, hey, I just went from $30,000 at a 5 to now I'm spending $100,000 a month at a 3.
Yeah.
And it's like my profits like look the same.
Yes.
And at that point, a lot of people turn around and scale down, when in reality, most people should just scale up, depending on your TAM. Like if you're hyper niche, and there's arguments to not do it. But if you have a big TAM, the argument is like you should actually just outscale your efficiency problem. But you can't really do that unless you have a financial model that tells you what your break even is, what your variable profits are, and what your true profits are every single day.
Yeah. That accounts for your cost of goods, that accounts for your
OpEx.
shipping fees, that accounts for your OpEx, that accounts for your Shopify fees, returns, ad spend, everything.
Everything.
Yes.
Because what you'll often see is, although you see like kind of a rapid diminished effect of ROAS, the long tail smooths out.
Yeah.
So the higher you go, the more smooth and predictable it will become.
Yep.
But it's not going to go back up to that 5 that you originally might have thought. But the sweet spot is, how do I get the most profit dollars, not necessarily the most profit dollar per purchase.
Yeah. Or profit margin.
And sometimes there's a little bit of a painful process to get there. And again, we're not taking into consideration in this discussion about, yes, there's things that you can improve. Yes, there's better creative. Yes, there's strategies. Yes, there's allocation between certain mediums. We're just talking holistically here. So it doesn't always have to be this dramatic downfall, but you're always going to see ROAS go down as you scale. Like that's pretty much a rule.
Yeah.
But then you're going to see it kind of stabilize. And then the question is, how do you maximize that? Because there's a big difference in these financial models between, let's just call it like a 2.4 and a 2.8 and how much profit dollar you'll get.
Yeah.
You're going to find, based off of your margins and your break even points, that if you can get up to a 2.678 instead of a 2.3, that's not a 5, but all of a sudden your profit dollars at $200,000-$300,000 spend go from whatever X to Y, which is going to be often like an 80% difference.
Yeah.
So your profits grow 80% just by increasing your ROAS by 10, 15%. Yeah. Not 200%, not 300%, but the bigger you are, it's more about these little razors of margins and efficiencies. And if you can just tilt those, which takes a lot of work, by the way, it's not easier said than done. But the big problem is people don't even get to that point because they see the ROAS go down, they get scared, and then they just scale back.
Yeah.
And instead of outpacing the efficiency problem, because you're going to play two games in e-commerce based on your financial model. When you build this, which everyone should, you're going to know on those sweet spots what's worth it for you, because you're either playing an efficiency game or you're trying to outscale your efficiency problem, which doesn't mean that efficiency doesn't exist. Like, you still have to make profit.
Yeah, and you're still working on things like conversion rate optimization
but too many people get stuck in the no man's land.
Yeah. So for example, like we just implemented this model with a brand who was a little bit hesitant, right? To go, because this was almost new age thinking, right?
Well, hesitant because we understand as marketers and as brands, it's hard. It makes sense. Like, you can see the equation and it makes sense, but you kind of need to visualize what it will actually look like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, this is how many profit dollars you could make.
Yeah.
Even if we push ROAS down and you scale 2, 3x.
Yeah.
You're going to double your profits, even though your efficiency goes down, because we're scaling, we're outpacing that efficiency problem.
Yes.
And these are the measures we have in place to ensure you're not going to go off the rails, right? We're going to have guardrails in place to make sure that we're doing this in a proven method. How do you say that?
Methodology?
Methodology?
Yeah.
Methodic. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys. I'm still on jet lag. Methodic way.
Yeah.
But if you can visualize it, it takes a lot of the fear, because then you're going into the no man's land.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to hit that point on this graph of, hey, I have diminished returns as I'm scaling, but the diminishing of those returns, the pace of diminishing returns will slow down dramatically and even stop or get better for you as you continue to scale.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah.
If you scale the right way.
Yeah. And so
easier said than done. Like, again, you need a good media buyer. You can't just like throw a bunch of money.
And you need a good strategy, and you need good content, and yes. But like, for example, what this just did is, let's just say this person before required a 3, right? I must have a 3. Let's say they're best at all said and done. Like, once you were minusing cost of goods.
And by the way, the 3 was not meant. We often see this, and we hope, if you're listening, you reevaluate what you deem as successful in terms of a quote ROAS or ROI or blended ROI or whatever you look at.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes with clients, we'll find that we have this preconceived notion of a 3 or a 4 or 5.
Yes. A 3 seems to be the magic number.
Yeah, a lot of people say 3, but nobody really looks at the model to say, well, is it?
Yeah.
Why do we say 3? Well, that's what it is. For example, this client, they said, hey, we need to be at like a 3.5 or a 4.
Yeah.
But their magical number, it's like, well, your break even's like a 2.2.
Yeah.
So what are we doing all the way up there at a 3.5? And why are we playing this efficiency game in Facebook? Because now we're not even using Facebook strengths.
No. But anyways, what I was going to say is, like, if it was at a 3.5, the following month did like a 2.6 and increased their overall profits by almost double, of their best month. We spent a lot more, but their overall total profits after you're excluding everything was
significantly better.
Yeah, 50% higher or something like that. So the other thing that's really cool that we didn't really talk about is you will find that you will also have a much bigger competitive advantage when you understand what that true, what can I actually get down to? Because then what's happening is you start to stand out amidst your competitors in being able to out potentially spend them as they are still thinking, oh, I can't be at something lower than a 3.5. Because now you're
there's an old adage in marketing that the winner is who is willing to pay the most for a customer.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like you should always be looking at that. You should that's not how you should live, but it's definitely a really beneficial factor on being able to beat out some competition.
Yeah.
So financial modeling.
Just know your numbers, really.
Yes.
Like a lot of people assume what those numbers are.
Don't just know your numbers, but know the why behind it too.
Yeah. Know your numbers based on the scenarios that you're trying to play.
Because I'm sure at some point that number was given to
It usually is. Yeah.
Yes,
it's usually like, oh, we need to do this, but that number is often given based off of the scenario at the time, which perhaps when you're small, you need a 3 or a 4 or a 5.
Yeah, because maybe cash flow in hand in the moment because of your POs needs to be higher.
Maybe cash needs to be higher, or maybe, hey, that's what you need generally if you're spending generally the same amount every month to make sure that you're covering all your costs and you come out with a little profit. But it's not taking into consideration that once those OPEXs are met, once the variables are met, then you can stack your profit dollars a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And that's how you outscale the efficiency problem.
This podcast is brought to you by BFF Creative. BFF Creative is a software that meets services. Any marketing collateral you need, whether that's ads, emails, print designs, or social media, all you have to do is submit a request and one of BFF Creative's qualified designers will create a design for you and it'll be completed in 2 to 3 days. BFF Creative allows you to submit as many requests and as many revisions as you can with just one monthly fee. And the best part is that it's month to month. No contracts, no hidden fees, no nothing. And if you use promo code Unstoppable30, you'll get 30% off for your first month on us. Just go to bffcreative.co, pick your plan, and sign up today. Main topic today is what everyone is hearing about if you are in the D2C Twitter or on LinkedIn or whatever, which is like really how far...
No one has a job anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone's
out of
is
work.
Useless.
Marketing can now no longer... There's no such thing as a marketer.
We're just... being replaced. Everyone's being replaced by an AI bot.
Mm-hmm.
So we all had a good run.
Pleasure.
It was a pleasure working with you. Nice. It was a pleasure.
So yeah, there's a lot of scare.
Sky is falling.
Yeah, there's a lot of sky is falling. Who's that character? The sky is falling. Chicken Little.
Wow, Maddox answered that in half a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen Chicken Little.
Your kids would love Chicken Little. The sky is falling.
I've seen Chicken Run.
Yeah. No. Chicken Little. The sky is falling.
Seen Wallace and Gromit.
It's like the boy who cried wolf, but it actually happens.
I like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, sky's falling right now. So
it actually happens?
The question, yeah.
It's a real story?
Yeah.
It's like a real...
It's a true story.
It's a true story?
Yeah, it's a true story.
Is it about a chicken?
Yeah, it's about a boy chicken. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's talk about it. The big thing is, people are saying, hey, there's the death of the media buyer because, for example, what happened in December, Meta bought Manus. And Manus is a AI agentic...
Manus or Manus?
Manus. I think you might be right with Manus. Sorry. That it essentially can upload the ads and can make all the changes and do everything and create the content and blah, 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 blah. Therefore, is a media buyer important and relevant? Do you even need a CMO anymore because you can build agents that... For example, like in Claude, I just built or am in the process of building a competitive watcher that shows every time they dip their prices It shows any, if there's a surge of uploaded ads, it monitors all of their emails to be able to understand what competitors are doing to better position our brand in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I guess the question is like, what is our take on it? Maybe. What's our take on this? What's your take on it? Is the media buyer dead? Let's start there.
What's my immediate take? What do I think is happening in 5 years?
Let's go immediate.
When do I think the end of the world is going to be?
Let's go immediate take.
Different questions. Immediate take. My immediate take is, even if building something is much easier, building the right thing is still very hard.
Yeah.
So 99.9% of what people are going to build and spend all their time doing in Claude is going to end up being useless.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like what's happened with tools over the last 5 years, right? Someone has built an app or a tool for anything, and if you think about it, like we run we run a very successful marketing agency, spending a lot of money, and think about how many tools we use that have been created. Very little.
And which tools have actually made an impact.
Yeah.
So even with the availability of making things, and making things is fun, like being imaginative and creating things is fun, but ultimately most things are not very useful and not needed. So most of the things being built are going to be garbage. However, it will present opportunities to do things like, we've already been exploring things like, hey, this allows us now to do landing pages at scale in a way that was harder. It allows us to do analysis in ways that was harder. It allows us to now connect data from all of these different sources for a client to provide better forecasting and better. So it's absolutely augmenting what we were doing before, because it's freeing up so much time, and you can 5x, 10x, 100x what you're capable of. But, and I could be wrong, and maybe it's hopeful thinking. I think in the immediate view, the next 1 year, 2, 3 years, it's going to be pretty pivotal. I don't see it replacing everybody. I see it augmenting. I see a lot of maybe entry level people not really getting a shot at certain companies because they're going to opt for crappy AI experiences. But is it actually getting better? Like, is it actually going to improve things?
Yeah, our brand's going to start winning at a better ratio.
Because the cost of tokens and the cost of power and a lot of these things are being floated by, there's a lot of investment in these companies. So the cost, I think, is a little lower. It's a little subsidized right now. In a lot of ways, you're not necessarily saving money by using AI.
Sure.
In a lot of cases. So now that's going to change. AI is going to keep getting better, but ultimately, I think on a human level, and again, I could be wrong, I don't want to work with robots. And most people want to work with other people.
Yeah.
Now, yes, we all want to save some money, and yes, there's margins and whatever, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't want to go to a dentist's office and talk with a robot.
Yeah.
I would love for AI to automate and make their bookings a lot more efficient.
Yeah.
So I don't have to wait so long just to get into the dentist.
Yeah.
But do I want to like walk in and say hi to nobody and like check in like I'm in, like there's this level of human experience that I think some people don't care for, but I think a lot of people will, which might start separating the industries and companies into like higher level tiers and lower level tiers based off of what you want.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how it's going to work out in the end, but I do think ultimately people want to be and interact with other people. And the more you take it away, the more people are going to want it.
Yeah.
And so, but at the end of the day, like also AI, still isn't quite there without you orchestrating it. So hopefully what it ends up being is people are orchestrating AI agents to be way more efficient and way more productive and free up their time. But ultimately, look, we're using all these AI tools in our agency. We're trying to be on the cutting edge of AI. Like, we believe in AI and we think it's going to be the next thing. We just think it's best served when you have a human companion to it all.
Yeah.
We're not trying to cut all of our team down just because we can replace some of their tasks with AI. What we're trying to do is get our team to augment themselves through AI to be better and to accelerate how they're learning, to accelerate how they're delivering,
which maybe allows us to grow without having to hire the same amount of headcount potentially.
Yeah. Or what it's actually like, that's true, I think, in the short term, but in the long term, if everybody has AI, then there is no advantage in AI.
No. Yeah.
So like the standard is just having AI. So you're not really going to be able to grow in the future just because you have AI or not AI.
Yeah.
So like it kind of levels, there's always like a short-term advantage. Like, hey, if you're the first guy to have access to the train, you had an advantage getting your stuff across the United States. But, then that advantage kind of dissipated a little bit, and then you had cars, and then you had semi-trucks. And
it's the same concept as like, we say this all the time, like 10 years ago, it was never harder to start a business, never easier to stand out. Like 10 years ago, if you spoke Chinese or if you had a relative in Asia, it was very, very much easier for you to build brands and build products out there, and you had a very massive competitive advantage.
Well, some of the best brands we know right now that started out of Utah were like the bigger ones. I'm not talking e-commerce.
Sure.
I'm talking like the Lovesacks or the
Purple or
even like Camp Chef or what's some other ones around here? Traeger. I mean, you name it, like some of the bigger ones that are a little bit more of like global household type brands. A lot of them were started through connections because of Mormon missions in Asia.
Yeah.
Like people spoke the language and they could go back, they went to Taiwan, they learned Chinese or whatever. And then they could go back. They made connections with manufacturing 20 years ago. But now it doesn't even matter.
But now there's not a very big competitive advantage, right? Because I could go develop a product in 3 months pretty easily.
So look, I don't know what the future holds. Either we all have no job. Like that's what's funny. It's like, I guess no one has a job.
Yeah.
In 10 years, then I don't know what the point of anything is.
Right.
Or it just becomes the thing that everyone is still using and everyone's jobs change obviously pretty dramatically. But like at the end of the day, right now it still needs human companions. And the problem with AI is, for example, like you have Manus with Meta. I think it'll be great for us in making sure that we can get certain changes done on time and helping us kind of customize the way we're rolling out scaling and campaign structures. And it's going to be a great assistant for what we're doing. But it's biased. It doesn't really have the company's best interest in mind. It has Meta's best interest in mind. It's going to be getting trained off of all of what Meta needs, Meta wants. And so...
Or at least heavily leaning that way.
Yeah, and no offense to any Meta rep or TikTok rep, but like in the agency world and in the e-com world, we all know when you talk to a rep from a
Google or TikTok
channel, they don't have bad intent, but they clearly have a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Which is they're doing what the company wants.
Yeah.
What the company wants isn't always what
works best
aligns
for the brand.
And works best for what the brand wants or needs.
Yeah.
Like when PMax was first rolled out and everybody's like, oh, just jump on PMax. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. And then you like do PMax and you're like, oh, it's just a branded campaign.
Or like, this is a really good one. Like remember in the early days when the shop, like IG shop was a huge thing.
Yeah.
And they were giving us like $10,000 credits every month to different brands.
Get on IG. It's proven, and they give you these metrics.
Yes.
If you're on IG Shops, it's proven to increase conversion rates. It's a better experience. Like people just want to shop right here, right now.
And they were incentivizing lots and lots of money. I think every one of our clients got anywhere from $10,000 to like $25,000
of ad spend directed to shops as a destination.
And the moment that promotion ended and the moment we kept stuff going there, performance just...
Well, on some, it was what was crazy. And again, maybe it's an user error that these shops weren't optimized in the right way. But on certain clients, we started tracking link clicks, percentage of link clicks going to shops and percentage of link clicks going to website.
Website, yeah.
And measuring the purchases on each.
Yeah.
And showing that shops was terrible.
Yeah.
Like to the point where with certain brands, we were like, do not let any traffic go to shops because the conversion rate is terrible.
Yeah.
And it increased performance dramatically for those brands just by saying, we're not doing shops anymore over here. We're just going straight to website. Yeah. It wasn't for every brand, but there were some where it was a terrible thing for them to go to shops.
Yeah, for sure. Again,
Meta had the numbers. It said what was best. Why was it best? Well, Meta was also taking a percentage of spend.
Yeah.
Or not spend, of revenue for the transactions happening on their Instagram shops. So they got a percentage there, and then it was usually synced with like Shopify, and then there was still so it was it the best thing for anyone? I don't know, because they're not even doing it anymore, really.
Yeah. So there's this human piece where I think we are still in the space. There is so much chatter that's making it feel like the world is falling. But it's very similar to like when Nano came out, Nano Banana, and it was like
every content editor is dead.
Yes, editors are gone. Photographers no longer needed. And yes, there's a lot of that where I think a lot of brands were able to, or agencies have been able to utilize that tool and make things easier and better for them.
Well, we use it.
Yes, we do. Of course we do. Yeah. And it helps our team output a lot more.
We use AI image and video a lot.
Yes.
But guess what? We can't use it for certain things. Like it's great as a filler and as a companion, but it cannot be the only thing you're doing because there's violations.
Yeah.
Right. We've talked about that with UGC. Like you can't have people using it and acknowledging it. So it becomes cold.
Yeah.
Like you can do like an AI ad, but there's no personal element to it or else you're going to be violating. And they're not cracking down quite yet, but trust me, I think when they do, because not to get too conspiracy theorist here, I don't want to put on my tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
I do actually. I like putting it on. But there's going to be a huge backlash from regular people against AI.
Yes.
And I don't think the tech bubble in Twitter realizes how vitriolic it's going to be. Because people aren't just going to be like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Like people like going to their jobs. People like having jobs.
Yeah.
People like doing things in their jobs.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a political reaction soon to AI, whether that's overblown or not, there's going to be one.
Yeah.
So what I want to make sure is clear here is that we're using AI. We think it's valuable, but there's going to be a political blowback to it. And when there's going to be repercussions for using AI videos demonstrating products because that's going to violate like, hey, you can't be showing people using your product when those aren't people.
Well,
you have to acknowledge that, hey, this is AI, or there's going to be something the same way with tobacco, right? Like when people, when they crack down on tobacco, it's like, hey, you have to say that
this can kill you.
This can kill you on your box.
Well, I even recently in I think early January, and I need to read more about this, but California and Colorado either passed or are passing a law that if you use AI in any ad, it has to be disclosed. That's not even the violation one that we talked about.
No, that's not the violation. That's just you have to disclose if anything in it is AI rendered.
Yes.
And I think that's going to continue to happen from a federal level.
Which is like, what a buzzkill, right? Like to have to put that on your, like an asterisk on your ad made with AI.
Yeah, and I fall somewhere in the middle. I don't think that's needed. But I also don't think you should get away with just having fake people
saying,
fake people saying fake things.
Yeah.
And trying to pass it off as real.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's okay to have an AI rendered, like, oh, hey, we made a video and we used AI to do a zoom in effect, or we used AI to do like some transition, or, you know, like,
sure.
I think AI is great, and I don't think we should just throw it out. But there is, like, look, I know we're getting a little in the weeds here, and this isn't really actionable for anyone. There's going to be blowback. There absolutely is going to be general and bigger political reactions to what's happening. So we think it's still great and we should be using it, but people do value humans. Like, people do value seeing humans, and they don't want to be lied to. And no one likes to like see a video and be like, is this AI?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So we've thought about, I don't know when this comes out, I don't even know if I want to say this, but we thought about using clever ways in videos to call out that it is not AI.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to start doing that this week with a lot of ads.
As a counter to people now wondering, because you can tell that the general audience is now starting to wonder with everything. Like, even my parents.
Yeah.
My dad and my mom, who are not, I guess, I don't know, elderly. They're not elderly. They're in their 60s.
But they're not tech
But they're not like tech people.
Yeah.
Every time they see something on Facebook now, they're like, is that AI?
Yeah.
Hey, do you think this is AI?
Yeah.
Or like, they can hardly go through anything without wondering if it's fake.
Well, not only that, I mean, this is not AI, but this is like just the conversation about real, whether it's AI or just a lie or whatever. I'm going to say the story, but I do want to like end the podcast by saying, okay, let's maybe give some examples of how we're using it, because I know we've kind of like, not we've trashed on it, but we've pumped the brakes on the fear mongering of it, I think, a little bit.
There's a lot of existential drama.
Yes. So let's take 5 minutes at the end to be like, here are some ways we're using it right now, just so that people understand. Even though we've said it, let's actually give some actionable stuff. But the other day, so I just got back from San Diego with my wife, and we're on the beach, and I'm watching this guy who has a metal detector, right? And I'm
so excited to use my metal detector.
And I turned to her, I'm like, that would be so fun to like have something like that at a beach with your kids messing around. Okay. So I watch this guy, and I see him dig a hole. So he's digging a hole, and he takes a fork out of his pocket, and he buries the fork, and he puts the sand all on covers it up and makes it look like it wasn't just dug there. And then I see him back up a few steps and start to go like this, and you see his radar go off, and he's filming himself from here, and he's got his metal detector here, and he's digging, and he grabs and he like holds this fork up like, no way, I just found this. And then like puts it in his knapsack, and then he like...
Are you serious?
Yes. We watched it happen like in real time.
I hate that.
So it's just like we are in...
Can you believe that?
We are in the day and age. Yeah, I saw it in like real time, and he looked at us and saw that like I was just watching him, and he just seemed so sheepish, like oh shoot. Like I would have just caught him like looking at a naughty image. Like that's how he looked.
You did.
It was crazy to see. So not
deceitful.
only are we in this like AI world of there's AI fakeness, but there's just like content is just fake. The majority of the stuff that
like
we're
reality
seeing
TV, it's fake.
Is fake.
It's not even real.
You know, and so you are going to get a lot of people.
Is that why streamers are getting so big?
I think so.
Is it because they're?
Yes.
It's still not totally real, but
it's
a lot harder to fake.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like we've talked. We're going to start going live more often. Like we're going to start doing it. I'm not stoked about it, but like, how valuable is that to be able to have just you and me, maybe just sitting down, and we're just going to like talk shop, you know, it's going to be a little bit different than this, right? This is somewhat orchestrated.
When am I going to pick my nose?
You just will. Yeah, it'll be real.
Terrible.
So, okay, really quickly, how we're using AI. Okay. For example, we just got back from Argentina, where we have a really big creative team, designers, video editors, etc., they're using AI to increase the output of real stuff that we already have or that has been filmed, photographed, whatever.
Yeah, for example, using transitions or, hey, we needed this kind of shot. They can now use AI to kind of mold the video to fit a narrative or a selling point
or
in a way that they couldn't before, because it's like, oh, we don't have somebody like jumping in the water with it, or something like that.
Totally. Or even like if we're, let's say we're advertising a watch company, and there's a really awesome video, but the watch just doesn't stand out. You can utilize AI to get that to show more, right? There's essentially, if our team on a monthly basis can output 700 assets or 1,000 assets without AI, how do we get them to be able to output 5,000 assets utilizing it? So that's one way that we're currently using it. The other way we're using it big time is in financial modeling. So it just helps us get to these models that we're building by hand that takes time. We're now able to build financial forecasting modeling significantly quicker.
It's just data analysis.
Yep. It's helping us analyze decisions we made in performance to be able to give us a good starting point to then dig deeper and then to ask it more questions.
Yep.
We use it to track things. Like I said, like to track what competitors are doing. We use it to identify problems and errors. What else?
Communication.
Yeah.
Creative. I mean, going back to the analysis, like just creative analysis. And
also
creative briefing.
Yes.
We're using it. So like we use it. Like we said, we believe in it. Like we use it
so much.
We're trying to use it in every facet we can. We're trying to use it now to automate as well things that can essentially be automated.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's get a daily report built that is communicated directly to the client every day. Like, let's get whatever. So we believe in it. We think it is really helpful and it's augmenting people. And OpenClaw, we know OpenClaw is a whole thing. I mean, obviously there's a security risk there, but it is the future.
Yes.
Like we will all be using it in some capacity.
Yep.
And
should be right now.
And you should be learning now.
Yep.
And I think the people who are and are integrating into their businesses are going to be very successful. I think the people who are more resistant are going to be quite behind the 8 ball on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and guess what? I think the beautiful thing about AI too is like if you're a business owner, there's going to be a lot of agencies, not just us. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be able to come in and have everything now because of AI. You're not going to have to look and deal with like, oh, I got to work with like 15 different people for X, Y, and Z. It's like it's going to be a lot more easy to go to a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
And work with someone that you want to work with or people in a team you want to work with, that it's going to be able to integrate everything into your system and use AI to augment your business.
Yeah.
And I think that's really where the future is going, is it will enhance human connection by allowing you to focus on dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4 people, and then they're using AI to augment all of their processes and their teams, and then you don't have to worry about, okay, I got to hire an agency for X and Y and Z.
Yeah.
Now I can say, hey, I can work with this one group and I can have confidence in that I can cover all of these bases.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
So I think the future is still bright. I'm a techno optimist because the worst case scenario is if it does take everyone's jobs,
we're all in the same spot.
That's amazing. I don't have to work anymore. I can go fly fishing.
There's no currency at that point.
Yeah, like if everyone loses their jobs, then like what are they going to do? Take away all of our house? What are they going to do?
Yeah, I mean, if you go listen to Elon Musk talk about it, he's like, there will just be like a Like we'll all essentially be rich if that happens.
Hopefully. Now, if you really want to get scary, the dark side of the coin is materials will not go to zero fast enough. So you're going to have a gap between information, technology, and materials.
Yeah.
So real assets, where the real assets will not go to zero as fast as like the service and information and creative industries go to zero.
Yeah. Which
will leave a huge gap, which will probably lead to like a French Revolution style kind of situation. So that could get ugly.
Or the other ugly pieces will all just be like those floating fat people on Wall-E.
Not me.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm just going to the forest. I'm just going to go live in.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Wall-E? Oh, yes.
Where they're all just like in front of those TVs and they're just like on those. They don't do anything.
Yeah, no.
So
sounds like a terrible life.
That's the other piece of it. Wall-E
just
finds
letting
love.
robots do everything for you. Ugh.
Yeah.
No way.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. As always, we appreciate you. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for listening to the Unstoppable Marketer podcast. If there's a brand, campaign, strategy, or marketing tactic that you want us to review, please DM me at the Trevor Crump on Instagram or TikTok, or at the Unstoppable Marketer podcast. And of course, if you got value from this episode, or if you like it whatsoever, please make sure you're subscribing, you're liking, you're following, and for sure, go leave us a review to let us know that we're doing a good job. We will see you guys next time.